Welcome back. You're still with us on Startup Street. Onto a CNBC-TV18 exclusive college enrollment and learning marketplace. CollegeDekho has acquired providing content and curriculum delivery services. Now, with this acquisition, CollegeDekho will be able to offer the entire spectrum from enrollment, curriculum, content delivery to career services to universities as well as students at them job ready. Joining me now to elaborate more on the acquisition is Ruchir Arora, the co-founder and CEO of CollegeDekho. Ruchir, thank you so much for joining us on the show today. Inorganic growth has been quite a big plan, and you've recently acquired ImaginXP. Give us a deal. What was the deal size?
Yeah, inorganic sort of has been a fairly integral part of our growth, and this is our third acquisition in this space. If you know a little bit about college space in India, right? So we are the largest college-going population in the world. We are also sort of maximum number of colleges in any country. So we have almost 56,000 degree granting colleges. What ImaginXP and CollegeDekho were essentially doing, they were helping these colleges teach the kids better. Yeah. And we keep hearing these numbers about 50% of Indian graduates not being employable, 75% of engineers not getting the job in the first year. These guys essentially add these courses which are very job oriented. So the courses in design, courses in technology, essentially helping these colleges making their curriculum better. The deal is actually less than $10 million. I can tell you one thing, that we've acquired them for some time, and this business, which we sort of just launched, which is helping colleges teach the kids better, is our fastest growing segment. The three companies put together that we acquired have grown almost 10x in the last 6 months.
Three companies that you've recently acquired has grown 10x in the last 3 months. But also tell us, how much do you expect ImaginXP to add to your growth? Any more companies that you're looking to acquire, and how well funded are you for these?
Yeah, so let me answer the second one first. So, higher education is essentially unlike K-12, where there's a lot of investor money went. Higher education is probably one of the most underfunded category when it comes to education, but it is actually bigger than K-12, but it is also very underfunded. The reason being, our businesses, especially our business model, where we help students get into college and then make the colleges teach them better. It's essentially very cash-rich business, right? We operate at almost 80-85% gross margin. So we've actually done only one institutional round, close to about $35 million, which is about 2 years back. And we still have half of that with our bank. So we haven't sort of spent a lot of that. Interestingly, we have actually grown 4x. So I think this financial year, we should close to about 300 crores in revenue, in net revenue. We expect to keep growing. This business is going to add close to about 20% of 15-20% of that in the coming year. But we think that this entire enabling these colleges to teach these kids better is going to be a fairly large chunk of our business going forward.
All right. Talk to us about the kind of growth in demand that you've witnessed from last year, and where are you seeing most of the traction coming from?
The demand essentially, last time we spoke, we had just acquired a company called Get My Uni, which was essentially in a similar space that we are, helping students with the right college. We've essentially seen the demand grow almost 2x. And one very interesting number, I'm going to tell you that last year, close to about 10 million students took admission in colleges. 1 crore students took admission in colleges. Almost 45 lakh went through our platform. Actually, they submitted inquiries on our platform. So we are essentially capturing almost 50% of the demand by going students. And this is all on the back of amazing word of mouth. We essentially see that the higher education segment is one of the segments which is growing, because we are currently at about 27% GER, right, which is sort of fairly low. The government has taken initiative to make it to 50%. So I think the demand is there. Now, essentially, we need to add more sort of layers of business which can help monetize the demand better.
All right. And what about profitability? When will you turn profitable? And what are your current revenues? And when will you be able to turn profitable?
So, the good thing is that in the last last and this quarter and the next quarter, we are already profitable. We are actually, EBITDA positive. Hopefully, we'll continue the same journey. We as a company make sure that the growth is essentially sensibly done, right? So we are not one of those companies which has grown 500% and then came crashing down to 100%. We've been growing 80-90% year on year and decently profitably. It is up to us to push that growth and go into a negative territory. But till now, we've essentially maintained a healthy growth as well as profitability.
So healthy growth and profitability. But Ruchir, before I let you go, where do you see the next leg of growth coming from? Any new offerings on the anvil at this point?
Yeah, so I think we are now sort of going to sit back and consolidate some of these things. We've actually done a few sort of acquisitions and added a lot of offerings. But as I said, our core ethos is we think that that the reason for some of these news items, etc., where people say that kids are not employable, are essentially twofold. One, we are sending everyone to colleges to become an engineer, which is not the case, right? You have other categories which essentially need people, but we don't have enough people. So first part of our business is help kids discover themselves and the right college, right? Which essentially has grown very fast. In the last 4 years, we've grown almost 7-8x there. This year, we'll end up doing close to about 250,000 applications to our platform, close to about 80,000 admissions. The second leg is how do I make sure that these kids who are going to these smaller financially challenged institutes, enable them to teach these kids better. So these two legs of our business, we're going to consolidate, and this is where the growth is going to come back. One thing that we want to do is that right now we've added, as I said, we help these colleges with management, tech, and design courses. We want to add more courses to our anvil. Especially, we are seeing a lot of demand in the healthcare sector and how the healthcare sort of courses are being perceived.
All right, Ruchir, many thanks for those details. But with that, it is a wrap on this edition of Startup Street. More news and updates coming up on the other side.